We got a bunch of cards confirmed for MLB The Show 23 today, including some really stacked 99 overalls. Today I want to cover that WBC program that was confirmed today with these cards, go through all the potential content we could have day one on MLB 23, and finally discuss the dynamic of 99 overalls, because yes, there will be 99s day one. So I want to go through and describe how I think it's going to work, explain why they're going about it this way, it seems. First, we have Team Affinity. If you want more detail on Team Affinity and how that worked, I made a video detailing all of the avenues of earning cards over here. I kind of went into more detail about the modes or how you're going to be building your team there. Team Affinity is going to be a great avenue to build your team, no money spent, by just grinding the game, probably offline. I think they're going to be good filler cards. So when you're starting off, you'll probably want to work on this so you can build an all diamond team, hopefully as quickly as possible. And since these are captains, you can even go the route of getting a couple of these guys and then going for a theme team build. So you're going for Byron Buxton here. Using a 92 overall is pretty solid off the rip as normal. But if you pair this with a bunch of Twins players, then you could have a bunch of really stacked cards that get the captain boost. Miguel Cabrera has a team captain card. We're going to talk about Miggy again in a moment, but a 92 overall captain card would be great for the Tigers theme team. Aaron Judge is the Yankees captain, which is a player I personally would love to use, especially if his live series is pretty expensive. And then 92 overall Jose Altuve. All of them are theme team captains, so if you're using that team, they're going to get the boost. You could also just use them on their own and just go for an all-captain team and use all these 92 overalls. I think that's more than fine as well. Just comes down to what you want to do. I think most people will probably want to just get a bunch of Team Affinity teams done, slate out a team with all captain cards, while some people will go the theme team route. We also have the Live Series Collection Awards, and two of them have been, I'm pretty sure, confirmed so far. The big thing saying that they are Live Series captains and that their core sets, core cards can be used all year. So Carlos Pena and Jake Peavy seemingly are two Live Series Collection Awards. And this will be valuable again if you're going the theme team route. If you're pairing these cards with other players on the roster, and getting that boost is going to be big. Someone like me, I like to use my Yankees. Just by nature, there are a few Yankees on my team at all times. And Live Series would be another route because now you could get those Live Series cards and then pair them with the captains. Now those cards get a bit of a boost and it will equate to some of the other cards that we have in the game right now. And also remember, there could be captains used in other avenues, like Willie Mays is the 1950s and 1960s captain. So again, the captains will have that purpose of being paired with your team the right way with players. Maybe they're era themed, maybe they're team build. You have different avenues for captains, so just because they're lower overalls does not mean they're going to be useless. Then we have our WBC program cards that have been confirmed today. But you'll see with these cards, they're higher overall than the other cards in the game. And I'm going to guess because they're going to be way more work to earn. Yes, this is a program, but you might be getting these cards maybe days, weeks into the game. So it doesn't make sense to assume you're going to have 95, 97, 99 overalls the second you load up the game. But going through the confirmed cards and my thoughts, you got 97 Mookie Betts, always a favorite, especially for second base. This card should be great. Julio Urias as well is going to be very solid for the starter. Not the best pitcher, but he could be a very fun starting pitcher to use, especially if you get him right off the rip. Then we have 97 overall guys here. These are all pretty solid cards. I think something like Freddie Freeman is a favorite, but again, probably lacks some power. Yohan Moncada is a fun 97 overall. Players like Tim Anderson and Johnny Cueto, who just aren't stars. They aren't like your biggest players. So they are 97 overalls and are pretty good, and they're going to have some very nice attributes to use, but also very replaceable. I'm interested in Jung Ho Lee here and seeing how he's going to look attribute-wise. We got some 99 overalls announced. Devin Williams, Munetaka Murakami, who is apparently a stud, and then Francisco Lindor. All three of these players are going to be some fun 99 overalls that we push for. Like, Lindor is going to be a great shortstop. Devin Williams is going to be a lockdown closer. And Murakami might be one of the best bats in the game off the rip. So I'm interested in how long it'll take to earn these guys. But initial impressions seem like great cards. And then finally, there was the Around the World pack. This is a choice pack. That's one of the pre-order packs off the rip when you load into the game after pre-ordering. And I assume this choice pack will be available in the WBC program and other routes. You could just get one of them to start off building your team right away. You get a 99 overall Miguel Cabrera to build your team literally the second you load up the game. Again, you look at the list of these names with 97 overalls. Gio Urshela, Pablo Lopez, Gene Segura are players that are good. And I'm not really sure about Byung-Ho Park or Gilligalao on Chinese Taipei. And yes, Miguel Cabrera is getting a 99 overall, but the man is going to be as slow as a slug probably and not be a good defender, just be a pretty solid hitter. Just because we're getting high overall cards does not mean they're going to be the only cards we shoot for and the only cards that we use. But I will say, these are studs. I'm excited to use any of these guys, especially if you can get them off the rip. I'm interested to see how Gilligalow's attributes are, especially for a catcher. So yeah, a lot of really good cards here in this WBC program especially. And of course, in Team Affinity, we'll be getting a bunch of cards along with live series collection. So day one, there will be a lot of content to play and grind for. Definitely more than we've ever had. I want to kind of talk about the dynamic of the overalls. I've kind of talked about it a bit, but as we see, we've got 99s, 97s, 95 overalls in this WBC program. We have 92 overalls in Team Affinity, and then some 89, 90 overalls so far in live series collections. It's not even including the regular live series cards like live series Mike Trout and Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani who are going to be good on their own. This isn't even including the bunch of other WBC cards that haven't even been announced yet that could still get cards. I think there's a potential of 100 cards in this program according to what they were saying on theshow.com. We still got Sasaki, for example, who is going to be an incredible starting pitcher with probably outlier. We still got some guys from Czech Republic that haven't even gotten a card announced. We got Chen from Chinese Taipei. We've got Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado, Ronald Acuna Jr., Masago on Team China, Kyle Tucker, Luis Robert, Yu Darvish, Sandy, Adam Wainwright. All these players build a dream team mixing and matching 100 plus players hailing from 20 countries. You could see a large variety of cards out of this program. You'll probably see more cards than ever available in Diamond Dynasty in one sitting. You might not see two lineups exactly the same throughout the year, which is I think their #1 goal. Now you're taking the progression structure out. You're trying to battle those problems of, hey, I waited 4 months for 99 Ken Griffey Jr. and his first card wasn't even good. We didn't get a usable, very good 99 Griffey until like October, right? The Fall Stars program. What I think this is trying to do is put more players in the spotlight. As you see, we got like a 99 Miguel Cabrera. His 99 wasn't used on his own that much this year, along with other players who are getting high overall players like Gio Urshela, Gene Segura getting 97s, where they will be very solid cards to use. You're seeing more content released, more avenues to build your team the way that you want to, change up your team, try new players, use players that fit your theme. And I think that's the dynamic that we have to focus on now. We're not going to be progressing towards 99 overalls throughout the year. The amount of people that really enjoy playing that way throughout the year is actually a very small minority, I think. You could hop on and build your team that way that you want to, and then just go and play with those players. And as more and more cards released that fit the mold of whatever players you enjoy, or whatever theme team you want to use, or if you're someone like me just trying different players, you could still do that and find upgrades on your team just based on the player's sake. So I think this is a fun structure. I'm interested to see how it goes. You kind of got to let the game play out, give it a month at least, and see what the content structure looks then. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of that? What do you think of seeing these different overall players and how that's going to change the game? Because this type of content change could be big for any team building mode if it's executed well. This will be the last video on this channel until day 1 of MLB 23. I'll be posting tips there right off the rip. So make sure you sub here to the Scan Plays channel. I'll be posting all of my tips, tier lists, and so on. And if you have not subbed to my main channel, I will be trying these cards as I get them in certain challenges and theme teams and so on my channel there. So go check that out as well if you want to see the gameplays with the new content we get. But I appreciate you all watching, and I'll see you all again on the next video on day 1 of MLB 23.